What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. What you guys are looking at is the first place deck list from North American Nationals that happened on Sunday. This is Korey McDuffie's deck. Obviously, it's H.A.T. This is the deck that he won Nats with. And I would say, considering that this is the first time in Yu-Gi-Oh history that we basically go from Nats immediately into a new format, that this is probably going to be the standard build, at least moving forward this format. Like, this is going to be the starting point, you know, of most H.A.T decks. When you look at H.A.T, it's a deck that I think it's going to translate well into this format. I don't think that losing one card is really going to matter that much to this deck, because as long as you start off with Murmillo, and in this version you've got you've got 3 upstarts, you've got 3 duality to make sure you do, it's automatically going to go +1 for you. Even if you draw Artifact Sanctum, if your opponent puts a face-up monster on board, that's another way to automatically go +1. The hands obviously do what the hands do. So there's so many different ways of going +1 that I don't really think that this deck is going anywhere. All right, let's go over the deck real quick. 3 Murmillo, 2 Dianara, 2 Maxis in the main deck, 3 Maritet, 6 hands, Fire and Ice, 3 upstarts, 3 duality, 3 MSTs, Dark Hole, Pot of Dichotomy, Soul Charge, 3 Artifact Sanctum, 2 Nightmare, Solemn Warning Bottomless, Evac, TT, Blackhorn, Wiretap, Call of the Haunted. You guys can kind of look over the side and the extra. There really isn't anything super important in the extra. I mean, he decided to run Durandal, which is a really good card if you can trigger it, especially if your opponent is like low on monsters and they really need to, you know, use like a recruiting spell card, and you can just change that to like blow up a card that might be dead. Like you're playing against like Lightsworn, right? And they activate like Charger to Light Brigade, and you change it to blow up like your Wiretap or something like that, a card that's probably going to be dead against them. And then Lavalval Chain, which, considering he stacked Dianara so many times, it was just crazy. I think it sucks because I think this is going to become a $50 card fairly soon. Alright, so I think that Maxi was a great tech as far as yesterday goes. Like, I was advocating Maxi in the main deck for forever. I looked at so many people who weren't running Maxis. I even said that in so many of my DM commentaries. Like, why are people not running Maxi? Like, you do realize when you go second, like, your opponent's like Soul Charge, Spam Field, and you just lose against Sylvans and against Lightsworn and Mythic Rulers and Infernity. And this is a way that you combat that, so that, again, you can draw your power cards like this and this and this and, you know, shit like that. I felt it interesting that he only chose to run 1 Wiretap. But when you look at his trap lineup, I think that he didn't want to really struggle against any one particular matchup. You know, MST was a card that I was starting to become kind of cool on once the artifacts came out. I was like, oh, well, you know, obviously I can't blind MST anymore this format. Like, you already can't blind MST against Mermail and stuff like that. But if you really know how to use MST, like, I think that that's probably one of the transitions I'm going to have to do, is start going back to 3 MSTs in this format, especially when, you know, card advantage is going to mean even more, and we have pendulum summoning. But when you look at last formats, if you played the MST during your opponent's turn, outside of hitting this card right here, a Sanctum, you knew that you were pretty much in good shape. And even if you didn't want to blind MST, you could always wait. If you were playing against a deck like H.A.T, where it was like you don't really want to blind MST against it, you could always wait until they activated something like Call of the Haunted. You know, MST against pretty much every other deck, they're going to give you some time to activate it. You know, it seems like every deck either has a Tenki, or against like Sylvans, you know, there's Sylvania, obviously. There's Miracle Fertilizer, Wiretap. You can't hit with either one of those cards. Even against Lightsworn, there may be a chance that they'll set that Needlebug's Nest and you can just end phase MST it. I would say Call of the Haunted probably put in a ton of work. As I watched the top 8, I saw Call of the Haunted just doing the damn thing, mainly because of this card right here. Just Call of the Haunted on Murmillo is just an instant +1. Like, you catch your opponent when they just set a card, and again, as long as it's not an Artifact Sanctum, you're pretty much good. You can just MST their board. It's really good when you combine it with Maritek. In this deck, it's just absolutely fantastic. Now, as far as the side goes, I would say that it looks pretty solid. You see that he has 3 trap holes in here that he can easily, you know, side out. Like, if he's playing against Yugioh, Trap Tricks Nightmare might not be as effective. A lot of players were leaving their Yugioh armor face up to try and avoid this card, and you know, it's a card that people started inherently playing around, so obviously Acid Trap Hole might be really good against them. If you play against like Lightsworn, then you can obviously side in Deep Dark Trap Hole. And I think one misconception about this deck is that like what do you call those things? Shadows are just going to destroy them, because when you look at the matchup at face value, let's just take it at face value, you say, okay, this is a deck where this, and this all want to blow up monsters. Okay, well, you look at Midrash and it's like, she ain't having that shit. She can't be blown up by this. She can't be blown up by this. You know what I mean? Like, she's resistant to destruction effects, but you look at H.A.T and it's like, okay, well, what if we take these two out and then we just replace them with these two? Okay, well, now we have an instant counter to your Shadow Fusions, and you know, as soon as they hit the board, it's like they're banished. So I'm not certain that H.A.T is going anywhere right now. The rest of his trap lineup, he adequately explained, you know, things like knock and mind control for you know, Yugioh, take their armor, you know, use it with Murmillo, Exceed, against pretty much anything that is level 4 base. You can use it against Boojins, use it against the Mirror, you know, Needle Sealing against decks like Infernity, basically anything that tries to go, you know, Soul Charge ham. And then against decks that are also back row heavy, you can side in Wiretap, maybe take out an MST so that you're not trying to, you know, pick out Needle in a haystack. You can just use this on the one specific cards. I would say that H.A.T's future looks really, really good. I don't want to jump on the bandwagon because I just feel like everybody's going to be on this deck's dick right now. Like, I'd be more inclined to play, you know, Fat than I would with H.A.T. I just think that I think Fat's a little better of a deck. I just think that Fat cannot win against H.A.T because Fat is meant to beat like everything but H.A.T. Like, the H.A.Ts have the hands and they just do too much work against Firefist Bear. He can't do anything against them. So let me know what you guys think. I think that this is going to be one of the top 5 decks right now. Again, if Shadows become too big of a thing, here's what you do. Do that, and you bring in this, and that's pretty much a wrap. Thank you guys for watching as always.